Hello gorgeous people who love to scrap. It's from Australia. Just sharing some birthday presents here that I have made for Annie, who is my BFF on YouTube. And you guys know her as msgardengrove1 here on YouTube. And All About Crafts on Facebook. And her birthday's in October. I forgot what date, but I always know it's around about mid-October. And these are the gifts that I have been making. Some of them are recent, some of them I have already made previously. All the back projects here are all the recent ones, and as well as the card. The card, I made it in a more brighter, happy colour for her to pick up when she opens the package. And they're in her beautiful sort of like purpley lilac colours. The colours coming out really bright and intense on the screen or the monitor there, but it's not as bright. It's more of a what you call it, a lavender hues. Really beautiful. And I'll put the camera down. And just excuse my desk here, it's a little bit messy because I've been crafting. I'll pop everything down and I will share with you guys all the different pieces. I'm going to try and go through it as quickly as I can because I hate uploading, guys. That's why you don't see a lot of vids from me lately, because I'm just fed up with this uploading thing, because it just takes forever to upload. And sometimes it uploads halfway and it stuffs up and it doesn't upload at all. So that's why I'm just into an uploading phase at the moment. But I have made 5 projects that I've put together for Annie, and I hope you like it, Annie. I had so much fun creating them for you. I'll pop them all down, and so I've made a card. I've made 2 dollies here. One is a little bit bigger and one is a little smaller dolly, like big sister and little sister. I have made a little tea theme. All this, like, more the 3 items. This one, the little stick pin holder here, and the teapot is all in a tea theme. I've altered this little what do you call it, a little cake or pastries box that I picked up at the what you call it, at the cake store, and it's just in plain white. And I used the French country paper, and I made it look what you guys see here. And then I have made this beautiful 3D dimensional teapot for Annie, and I made her this gorgeous little stick pin holder that I've been making a few lately. So I'll pop everything down, and I'll start with the card. Here we have the lovely gorgeous card, and the paper collection that I have used for the card here is the French Country Stack by DCWV, and it's really lovely, guys. It has lovely pastel colors and blues and pinks and all that, and I use that as the base of my card. And the inside is just like in a lovely off-white color. I've just used some paper to back up the inside, and then I just use cardstock where I will put my, it's not focusing, where I will put my sentiment, as you guys can see there. Focus. So going back to this front of my card, so I've just cut out a 6x6 cardstock from the paper, and here we have a piece of square paper that's from the designer paper also, that I just cut roughly in a square, and just use my scissors to score the edges to give it that shabby look. I printed this out from, this image is from Pinterest, and it says tea time on it. It's a little girl sitting on a teacup, and it has beautiful shabby roses. I didn't edit this image, it came as is. So I used a doily at the back here, and I popped the image onto pop dot, so it's dimensional, as you guys can see there. Some flat back pearls at the top and at the bottom here, and I've used some really skinny laces down here, and across the bottom here I've layered 2 lace, a lavender lace and then a pink lace on top, and then I use my pearl trims on top of that. These little leaves here are Prima die. These ones here, they're all a Prima die, and I die cut them in some just plain white paper, and I use my, let me see, it's this one here, it's embossing tinsel. I used my Versamark on it first, and then I just went over, dusted it all over, and then I used my heat gun, and it gives it this beautiful sparkle and shine, as you guys can see there. Well, it's like a really finer version of Frantage, but it's just really nice and overall look really beautiful. And I did that the same on the little birdie here and on the bird cage here, which is a Kaisercraft die. This leaf here is from Prima Die also. And then I just went on to rearranging my little flower arrangement here. This is an Iron Roses. A lot of these are Iron Roses. This is from Shelpa. Hi Shelpa. And these, I can't even remember where I purchased these. Maybe from Craft and Crate or something. I've just buy things everywhere and I can't even remember where I got them, guys. Just some lace that I've tied into a bow. Some more little sprays here and there. Some little blossom flowers from Wok, I think these are. This little flower applique here is from Annie. And flower here is from Wok also. So that is my card. Hope you guys like that. And then we'll finish the paper craft projects off first, and then we go to the fabric one. So here is my altered pastries cake box. As you guys can see in my hand, it is a nice size to put beautiful embellishments and all that in there, and it's just plain white. And I've used the die cuts with a view French country stack paper, and I've just adhere onto the front and onto this part here, and using coordinating papers from the same collection, just chop them all up. It's like a collage of different papers from that particular collection. This is like a really nice shabby sparkly blue one, and then we have like a vintage green, some more just different random pieces of papers that I just chopped up, and the colors just kind of like blending together really well. So I'm really happy with that, and it helped form the shape of the box too, because the box was just like a thin kind of cardboard, and with all the designer paper on the end, really helps to hold the shape, and it's just come out really gorgeous. Some laces from my stash that I have tea dyed, and tea dyed that also. This trim is from the Lace Mama. I don't think I've tea dyed that. That comes in like this lovely tea dye color already, and it comes with the ribbons all the way around also. And that's from can't remember, is it? I don't think it's Fat Mama. What is it? The Lace Mama, not Fat Mama. The Lace Mama, sorry guys, Fat Mama, Lace Mama on eBay, and I've used some flat back pearls just to go across here all the way around the bottom of the whole box, and then around the top of the box I use this lovely kind of like vintage shabby trim just across the top here, and then from there I just went wild or went crazy with filling it up with lots of sprays that I have in my stash. These are some Wok flowers that's just in a cream color, and I've just sprayed the center with what is it, my Lindy's in the one here. It says saltwater taffy. It's like a really soft baby pink, and just spray the center of that, and it just, you know, makes it really shabby looking. And I use my stickles on top just to make it really pop out and glittery, as you guys can see there. One in the back here, one here, one down here. On the bottom of all these that you can't really see, I've layered laces and doilies all the way down the bottom. You can see a little bit of lace picking out here, and I've used numerous sprays from my stash. Here's another spray here that I've just, you know, chopped bits and pieces, just stuck them all down the bottom, and part of the spray sticking out here and here. And another spray is this beautiful spray here also that I got off eBay a long time ago, and I've just stickled it in random places also to add beautiful shine, and added some cherry blossoms from Wild Oracle Crafts in a beautiful shabby pink, and stickled those also. And they just look so glamorous and beautiful, guys. Just little happy pearls sticking everywhere. This organza lace comes with this spray here also. These little flowers here in like a pinky mauvey color, I think they were from Matika in our swap a couple of years ago. So thank you, Matika. And this is just a stamp from my stash. It's just Sprout a little smile. I didn't use a die for this. I just cut like a rectangular strip and then just made like a fishtail look. Added a flat back pearl here and here. and just use lots of stickles, pretty much stickle it up. This frame here is a resin frame, and these resin frame molds you can get from DK Crafts on Facebook, and I've just made it out of resin. And I used this image I printed out from my printer, and I used Fun and Fancy, this one here, the crackle medium that I got Nadeshda to buy for me. Thank you, Nadeshda. I love it so much. I think you can only buy this from like Europe area only. I don't know. Maybe try the Tim Holtz one and all that, but I've never been really successful with the Tim Holtz crackle. So that one there came out really beautiful, as you guys can see. All the crackle, oh sorry, it's best not to use a heat gun, just let it dry naturally, and it gives lots of crackle. If you use a heat gun on it, the crackles like really large and they don't crackle as well. So, and I used a little bead there, and I used my tinsel embossing powder on the bottom here as well as on the top here to give a shine. And I just hot glued the back onto the leaf spray here, and it kind of like just dangles there like that in front there to add some character and dimension to my box. Some little leaf sprays, some like what you call it, stocking leaf. They're like two little stocking leaves made out of stocking that I got in my DT package from Mel's Craft Boutique. Really beautiful, so you can find those in Mel's Craft Boutique. Added a Prima butterfly at the top here also. So I gotta hurry up, guys. I said I wasn't going to spend too much time already, and it's already like halfway, so I don't want it to go any more than half an hour. So 2 fabric dolls. These dolls are printed onto fabric, and then I stitched around the edges and then stuffed the whole doll, and then just went mad and dressed her and put yarn on her to form the hair and the bonnet, and made her look really dimensional and 3D. And I was inspired by Margaret, when Margaret made her Dolly and Me fabric journal, and I just went crazy. I fell in love with a dolly, and I just went crazy with making dolls. And then when I was making dolls, she got inspired to make more dolls, and she went crazy also. So that's the bigger sister, and this is the little one, exactly the same way. Cut her out on 2 pieces of fabric, print her out, use a cotton backing fabric, zigzag around all the edges, and then just embellish her. Really, really easy. Just give her yarn hair, beautiful trims for her bonnet, and flowers, and she looks like a beautiful little doll already. So that's my 2 dolls for Annie. We're going to my little fabric roll here. I made a fabric roll like this for my Guest DT project for One Little Dreamer. Annie fell in love with it, so I made a different one for Annie in the tea theme. And it's just about 1 yard long, this particular one, by a little bit. The width is just a little bit more than 6 inches. 6 inches is the fabric, but with the dangle trims and all that, you see that's 6-inch card. Yeah, 6. With the lace trims and the dangles down the bottom, it's probably about 8 inches, but it's a little bit more than that. But normally you would start off about 6 inches width, and it's about 1 yard long. And I used calico to start off with, and then I lined it with this beautiful lace fabric that Nadeshda sent me. Thank you, Nadeshda. And I used this beautiful tassel trim from my stash. Some more laces and trims from my stash all the way around the top. I made this beautiful fabric rose and added it here. This is some avocado dye lace that I've just wrapped around to form the closure. Some appliques from my stash there also. And that just opens like this with the just by undoing the lace. Just try and get in frame here. And it just rolls like that. And these images I got off the internet, but I edited myself, and I added lots of beautiful shabby roses and all that. So that's one of the images. And then I edited Beatrix Potter, added flowers on her and shabby roses all the way around the picture. Some more that I have edited myself. And that one, they're more of the little girls, and I've edited that image myself also. So I used calico, and then I didn't use calico, sorry. It was kind of like a medium weight fabric from my stash, just in like a cream color, as you guys can see the base there, but you can use calico as your base if you want to. I stitched the all the images down first on my sewing machine. I pinned it down where I want it, and then I stitched around it, all 4 of them, and then I just went mad and just embellished everything with beautiful laces and trims and just whatnot from my stash. Vintage laces. Made a doily flower there. Beatrix Potter is so cute. Appliques. You can add anything you like. Little bead dangles here just for some movement. Organza flowers and bling. More wedding trims, appliques and laces and doilies. And so really beautiful. And that one just rolls back up again. So she can display it on her counter, on her desk, anywhere she likes. Wraps it around and then ties back up into a bow like that. So that's my fabric roll. And then we have my lovely stick pin holder. I think this one's about, that's 6 by 6, so maybe about 9 by 8 or something. So it's a little bit bigger. And it's a lovely size to hold stick pins and a pocket to hold laces and whatever in. Again, the base is formed using some sort of like a cotton fabric that I have used here. Double layered that, and I use felt in between just to give it extra padding. And then I use doily edges and laces and tassel trimmings and everything. And this image I've just enlarged the same image that I've used on my fabric roll, and included it here, and just went mad embellishing it with laces and trims and lots of yummies from my stash. Added a little bow, what you call like a feather bow on top here. Beautiful doily flowers, little girls having tea together. And that's the front, little dangles here, front of the cover. And here's the back. I used some vintage curtain fabric that I've tea dyed and gave it this really distressed kind of look. This trim here is from Annie, and I've just used more dangle trims and peachy flesh trim from my stash. Just ties with the same coordinating lace from the roll, and it just opens up like this. This side here I've formed my pockets, so I'll be adding some lovely vintage laces or doilies in there for Annie. And I just went mad with laces and trims and all that, as you guys can see here. Added wedding appliques and just stunning laces. And on this side here I have just formed a little stick pin board, and I've stuffed it. I stitched around it first, left a little bit of a gap. I stuffed it and then closed it off. I use this beautiful kind of like vintage kind of like fabric, like a muslin type fabric, and I made some stick pins to go in it for Annie, and it's really puffy, as you guys can see there. So you can put the pins in this way also, this way, as you guys can see there, because it's really dimensional, puffy, and I put a lot of stuffing in it, so it's really good quality, guys. So these pins are lovely. That's what I've come up with, some lovely shabby pinks and whites and creams in there, and I just go back in here like that. And it can add more pins if she wants to, more appliques and gorgeous laces from my stash. So that's that particular stick pin holder. Tied that back up again, and the last item is my gorgeous 3D teapot. Ta-da! This is the second one I have created. The first one I have created for myself. So I have one for myself, and this one I'm sending it to Annie. I got the pattern off a magazine that I found at the thrift shop, and I just traced it, and I like my things raggedy, kind of like tattered looking, so I stitched everything inside out. So instead of, you know, stitching it and then turning it inside out, I stitched everything on the raw edge, so it gave it this really shabby, tattered look. And this way it's just much easier to create for me, and I love this look. You guys know I love this look. So that's what my teapot looks like. I cut out all my patterns 2 for the base, 2 for the spout, 2 for the handle, 1 circle for the lid, and 1 circle for the knob at the very top here at the knob. And I use some Fuha trims just to embellish the top of the lid here and here. Some doilies down here. The teapot I cut out of calico fabric, and I just went crazy with laces and trims from my stash. I want some more Fuha trims here. And here also some vintage laces and appliques from my stash here. I have a tutorial on this beaded flower, and I chopped the top part off and added it here, and the center I added it here. Dangle some beautiful tattered laces and trim, fringe, and bead spray, bead dangles. Here's some vintage laces from my stash, and I just chopped up just bits. And this project is really good for like all your scraps, because you can just add it anywhere. Like I have here, so it's like a collage of lace pieces. Just chop them all up and add them anywhere. So that's the look that I wanted to achieve on this beautiful kind of like crochet patchwork teapot. So it's really beautiful, and it's dimensional, like I mentioned, 3D. That's the back of it. And I put rice down the bottom so it stands up by itself. Rice down here, yeah, and cut out 1 circle for down here. And if you know what I mean by it sewing on the rough edge, as you guys can see there, instead of having it turning inside out, everything is just all nice and rough like this. So it's a really beautiful, tad shabby look. And for the spout here, I threaded some medium-sized beads and some large beads and dangled off here to form the beautiful T that's coming out of the teapot. So just a closer look of all the laces, the flowers that I have used. Really gorgeous. So I hope you guys like my projects, and I've still got a few more minutes, so I'm going to share with you guys the inside of the box, like all the goodies that I have put inside for Annie. So the box opens like this, Annie. You push this down and then swing those across, and it just opens like that. And inside I have made some beautiful yummy handmade flowers for you. There's this one here, made out of beautiful chiffon. This one's from satin fabric. 2 layers of chiffon and satin fabric there. This one here's got tulle in between. All the different layers of chiffon and organza fabric. These are my beautiful roses that I was inspired by Tonya to make. And Tonya sells these in her Etsy shop. And there's just another one in my beautiful flesh colors that I have made for Annie. And in here I've just included lots of beautiful laces and trims that I have avocado dye for her to have, because she did request some avocado dye laces, so I've popped them in there. So it's coming your way now that I have finally found some time to record for you. And I hope you like everything, Annie, and happy birthday to you, my darling. Love you lots, and big kisses to you, and hope you have a wonderful birthday. So by the time I upload this, Annie would have received everything already. So thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Bye.